What is up, y'all? It is your girl, brand new, and I am back for another video. I just want to clear a few things up. Um, this topic today is going to be on women that are simps, but before that I get on that, I just want to kind of let you guys know. I notice when I am talking, I've had people say, oh, well, you talk kind of, you talk slow, and I'm a laid back type of person. I don't feel the need to be talking all fast. I'm not Twister. I'm not a fucking rapper. So very laid back, very no nonsense. That's just how I talk. And another thing is a lot of times I'm stumbling over words because I'm saying this shit at the top of my motherfucking dome. It is very hard to put something together when you are talking straight from the dome, just raw, just, like no preparation. So, and I try to take notes, but even though I take notes, it's still like, I still have to emphasize certain points. So, that's just how it be. That's how my channel is. It's just raw at the top of my dome. Whatever I feel like saying, I'm gonna just come out and say it. So I've had some people, ask me about that, like, dang, you was stumbling, you did this. You can either like it or not like it, but to those that do, welcome. Those that don't, goodbye. I'm not one of them people that's going to be changing who they are for anybody. So that's just how I am. Anyways, let's get to today's topic. Women that are simps. I have already recorded the men that are simps, but unfortunately there are women that are simps. I know about these women. I've been around them. I've heard about them. And the funny thing about women that are simps is they don't know it. I think that they think that, oh, I got game. He gonna want me if I do this. If I do that, he gonna want me. He gonna need me. And it's just like, bitch, bye. You ain't gotta be doing all this shit. Trust me. So, let's get right to it. A lot of times, the women that are simps, they're doing a lot of cooking and cleaning for a man within weeks and a few months of meeting him. They chicken, mac and cheese, greens, just cooking, everything for this man. And you may say, well, Brandy, what's the problem with that? Cooking for somebody, showing them interest. The problem is that you don't want to do a lot of stuff before you get into a relationship with people. You really want to keep it fresh. You want to keep it light. You want to make sure you are going out on dates. You're going to the movies. You going to dinner. You going to the museum. Whatever you two may, you can either even go to the hookah lounge or go to the bar, have a drink. Just keep it lighthearted. And I say that basically because you don't want to be cooking and be, putting this all on yourself to keep this person happy. It's not your job to keep somebody happy. They either want to be with you or not. You shouldn't have to go so far out of your way just to keep this person's interest. You just really, you don't want to play the game like that. Trust me, you really don't want to play the game like that. Next, you don't want to be giving money to this man. Early on, a lot of women will give a man money, buy him lunch, and they're not even in a relationship. Now, after you have gotten into a relationship with this man, then it's fine. Ain't no problem with it, because that's your man. That's something that you are doing to show him that you love and you care about him. So that's fine, but don't be, you just met this man within a week or 2 weeks or even a few months, and you are giving out credit card information for him to go shopping, for him to take his kids shopping. Don't do it. It's kind of like this, I notice, with dating, is it's kind of the less you do for people, and the more you build that connection and friendship, the more they're going to respect you. The more you feel like you have to buy it, you have to cook, you have to do all these extra things to keep them in your life, the more or less they're going to dog you. They're not really going to appreciate it, because it's going to be like, well, dang, she doing all this for me, and then I ain't even, I haven't even committed to her. She ain't even met my mom yet. I'm getting away with all this, and it only gets worse, because after you do that, they will cheat on you and dog you, and and so forth. So you really want to, in the beginning of getting to know anybody, keep it lighthearted until you guys, get into a relationship. Then you could slowly, loosen up those reins a little bit and, let them in. But I still recommend not giving away money and stuff early in a relationship either. I wouldn't do it unless some kind of emergency comes about where, he really needs your help. And then you should be getting your money back. So that's another topic for another day. Next, don't be babysitting this man's kids early on in the relationship while you're dating. It's okay to get with the kids and go on little play dates. That is fine. McDonald's, Chuck E. Cheese, going to get pizza, ice cream. That kind of stuff is good, getting everybody together, because kids need to see who you're going to be with. They need to interact with you and that person. So that's fine if it's set up like that. But ladies, if he is coming to your house and dropping his kid or kids off, and then he's gone for most of the day, and then he come back trying to take the child home, bitch, he used you as a babysitter. I'm gonna just call it out for what it is. He's using you. You ain't nothing but a damn babysitter to him. He ain't got no respect for you. Another thing is, make sure you are not allowing the man that you're dealing with, because you don't want to be a female simp. Make sure you're not allowing this man to talk about other women to you. A lot of times these men will drop different names, and they're trying to get under your skin, and they play this game because they are so insecure, and they have low self-esteem. And yes, men can have low self-esteem. A lot of times we talk about women having low self-esteem, but a lot of these men are just fucked up. And men, a lot of times, they're not willing to admit to change. It really takes a lot for them to change. Whereas a woman, she will seek out help. But some of these men, they're not interested in keeping it real with themselves. So they will play these low mind games. And yeah, they will drop other women's names in conversations with you. Well, Rebecca, she willing to do this. Sue, she willing to do this. Tamisha, she willing to do, I'm just naming little names. This person is willing to do this for me. So, if you notice any of that and you notice other signs, get the hell away from this man. Get the hell, because it's only gonna get worse. The next thing is, and it's probably the biggest thing, which is make sure you are not having sex too early in the relationship with the man. You really want to make sure that he is working for that. Make sure that it's special. Make sure you fully trust this man. You have a good vibe about him. He's respectful. He treats you good. Your kids good. He is taking you out on dates. A man that truly respects you don't mind spending some money on you. It don't have to be a lot, but taking you movies, out to dinner, or just having a picnic in the park with you. You know, make sure before you have sex, y'all have really spent time with each other. Make sure this man is your friend, because you will really be surprised when you are dealing with a man and you can't even call him for an emergency. You know, you done had sex with him and everything, and then, damn, you know, emergency happened, he's nowhere to be found. So you don't want to find yourself and play yourself and be in that situation. Keep that cootie cat locked up. I wouldn't do it. Next is, make sure you're not doing things for his family too early on. I'm talking about within a week, 2 weeks, or a few months of knowing him. No store runs for moms, dads, nobody. Unless you really get the feeling that the family is cool and that they respect you, but do not put up with disrespect from anybody. The family, mother, father, if you notice any of them that are making shady comments and you get the feeling they don't like you, let your man know. And if he don't do nothing, he ain't the man for you. Let him go. I feel like a lot of times we stay with people for too long because we want it to work, you know, and everybody wants love. Everybody deserves love, you know, at the end of the day. If they have a pure heart, they do. If they don't, then shit, they don't deserve shit. But yeah, you want to, in all relationships, just make sure that you are getting the respect that you need from everybody. Never give, like I said before, never give privileges to people that treat you like shit. Just never do it. That sums up everything. Another thing is, don't be available to talk on the phone late at night past 11 p.m., 12 a.m. for booty calls or talking to him about his problems. A lot of female simps, they do that. They will, you know, cancel their whole day to focus on this man. Yeah, it happens. They will cancel everything, cancel their kids' activities to be with this man. And at the end of the day, it's not cool. They're not playing their cards right. And you just go end up played and dog. Don't be waiting, you know, late at night for him to call. He should be able to call you, you know, during the day. Everybody makes time for what they feel is important. And trust me, he will. If he really takes you seriously, you're not just going to be hearing from him at night, you know, or early in the morning. He's going to make sure it is a good time, you know, that you're up. So, you know, don't settle for stuff like that. And basically all the stuff that I talked about, this is what a lot of these female simps do. They are willing to do all of this stuff to be in a relationship with the man. Because like I said, a lot of these people that have low self-esteem, they don't love themselves, they're willing to put up with it. So you just make sure you don't do any of this. You really want to take it from me. Take my advice on that. All right, y'all. That is enough on the women that are simps. So let me know how you feel about this in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's your girl, Brand New, and I am out.